Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday, everyone. I haven't been on since Labor Day, but I had to work all week, had to do some traveling for work, and it's been an exhausting week, but I wanted to hop on here today and talk about something that was triggered for me when I saw a video popping around on Facebook, one of my favorite social media platforms. And basically, it made me think about how starved so many of us are for just good old-fashioned dating, and how low effort dating has become. I'm going to say from my perspective on the man's part, and that's because women have allowed it to get there, Basically, what video I'm speaking of is there was a young lady. She's probably, I'm going to say my generation. I'm a Gen Xer. She was so excited because she had met this guy that was a traveling nurse. And she was so excited because he was calling her. Well, first of all, it's sad that you have to be excited about someone calling you. If they're interested in you, they should be calling you. But you know what? She's right. We live in a generation where, people don't really show their interest by calling you. A lot of times they text or they sporadically reach out. And you can kind of tell you might be, stuck somewhere in a rotation and they're not really actively pursuing you. You're just some kind of optional outreach that they might do from time to time. So she was really excited that he was calling her and vetting her and taking time to have intimate conversation with her and get to know her. And she said it was more than a, what are you doing? How you doing? Surface level conversation, which so many of us have to deal with in the dating world. It happens to me. You'll have someone that's constantly reaching out. What are you doing? WYD. How you doing? How are you? What you doing? It's just like, I'm great, but I don't know how many times we can have this surface level conversation. Do you want to take the conversation deeper? Do you want to actually invite me somewhere so we can have a face-to-face conversation? Or are we just going to get stuck in this, hey, what are you doing loop? Because that might be suitable for maybe the Gen Zers. I don't know. But for someone from my generation, this is a little weird and a little tiring, and it's just not that appealing, right? So that made her excited because he was reaching out. He was having good conversation with her. And then what got her really excited is he was expressing his clear intentions by saying, what he wanted to do. He asked her what her food allergies, if she had any food allergies, food preferences. Well, he actually had took the extra step of making reservations for the next time he was in her city. And she was super excited about this. Unfortunately, he made reservations at an Italian restaurant and she was telling him that's the one kind of food she didn't like. But he says, oh, well, I can change that. And she was so happy to have a man take the initiative and make a plan, which actually is a really big thing. And it's hard to come across. But actually make a plan that she was like, you know what? I'll find something to eat there. I'll find a salad, a baked potato. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Italian food. Don't change anything. And then she got so excited. She said she could feel feminine in that moment. Whereas a lot of times we carry so much masculine energy because we aren't treated like that. Or it makes us feel like we're in the masculine. I don't know, maybe because the men are carrying around the feminine energy and they want you to make the plan, or they want you to take the initiative, or they want you to pursue them, or they want you to maybe even take them out on a date. I don't know what the situation is. I'm not doing that, but I see it happen. Another thing I've seen over the years, very low effort dating. I've seen this for several decades where a man doesn't want to pursue you. They just want to use you. So they won't even try to take you on a date, not even for the first date. They just want to come hang out on your couch. They want a couch date. Well, first of all, I've never done that. I'm not doing that. And a lot of times when a guy pursues me and he wants to go that route, I'll be like, no, I don't couch date. Whenever you start a relationship on the couch, you're going to end up being on the couch the entire relationship. The relationship is going to end on the couch. Like, they never move it past the couch, because they're not pursuing you to be their main, I don't want to say main chick, but in the narcissist world, we call it the main source of supply. But they don't want you to be the main chick if they're trying to date you on the couch. You're probably one of their side chicks, and that they're getting to from time to time, and they don't want to take you in public. I mean, it's just like one of the oldest tricks in the book. But some women will settle for that because they want attention from a man, and if that's the only attention they can get, they're down for it. Do not do that. Do not do that. Anyway, so this woman's saying she's feeling, like she's living in her feminine energy because she's being properly pursued by a man. These are steps a man should take. And that's what made me so sad. When I saw this video, it said someone had to hop on TikTok and make a video expressing really how excited they were about just being pursued in a normal fashion. This is normal. Like, this is how women should be pursued. This is very standard stuff. It's kind of like a man opening a door for a woman. You shouldn't have to make a TikTok. Oh my gosh, my man opened the door for me today. I was just so surprised. But we live in a generation or a society where it's like people are getting so excited about these small wins because people aren't doing this anymore. A very small, select portion of society is still doing it. My advice is to not settle. I mean, don't settle. Don't settle for someone that's throwing you scraps. But that's not really the entire purpose of this video. That was kind of what sparked my brain into thinking. When I saw this video and saw how excited she was just to be pursued in a normal fashion, to be invited to an Italian restaurant for a dinner date, which is not really a big deal, to be honest, but I can see where it can be interpreted as such, because people don't want to take you on dinner dates anymore. They want to put forth the minimal effort possible to get to know you. And of course, the least amount of money possible. Hey, let's meet at the park, or let me just come to your house. Let's just skip all that stuff. I come to your house, that's free. And then I can take it as far as I want to, Don't do that. Don't do that. Love yourself more. But anyway, to see someone get so excited about the bare minimal effort made me think, this is why narcissists are so effective. Because when you're dealing with the crumb throwers out there, the breadcrumbers, the people out here that are throwing breadcrumbs at you, and you get really excited because somebody wants to come and watch Netflix and chill at your house for your first date and not take the time to actually court you properly, take the initiative and take you to a restaurant, open the door for you, take you in public, because they are probably scared their significant other that you don't know about is going to see you together. Anyway, if you are used to that and then you have a narcissist come along, their stages of courting and dating, the first stage is always love bombing. So they're going to come along and love bomb you. So you're starved emotionally of these basic things that should just be happening, but don't always happen anymore. 2022. Unfortunately, it's really unfortunate and sad, but so your narcissist comes along and he's love bombing you. So he's sending flowers to your job. He's making those reservations. He's taking you out to dinner multiple times a week. He's coming to your job on your lunch break and taking you to lunch. He's taking you to plays. If you like concerts, he's taking you to concerts. He might even be taking you to Hawaii or the Dominican Republic or wherever you want to go. Oh, let's go see a play in New York. I mean, they will pull out all the stops to get you under their narc spell. So it's really effective when you are so starved for this type of attention. And again, they go a little bit overboard. But when a person that is really starved for just basic courting, they can really get sucked in by a narcissist. And I've dated quite a few narcissists, and all of them took that route. They were all love bombing. They were all setting up dates. They were all going out of their way to see me. They were all, not trying to Netflix and chill couch date me. They were really showing strong initiative, love bombing, flowers, whatever the case is, they were doing it. And that's why they're so effective. And that's the purpose of my video, because that's what really gets you sucked in. We always talk about the bad about a narcissist, but these are the things that appear to be good. And this is why people get so sucked in and so attached to a narcissist. These are the ups in the relationship that make you, that put them above the competition and make you get a taste of getting treated this way. You're like, wow, I love this. I love being courted like this. I love being able to get dressed up and my man take me out and have me on his arm. And of course, that's before all the hell breaks loose, right? But it gives you a high. It makes you feel worthy. It makes you feel on top of the world, and it makes you feel, like she said, like you're living in your feminine energy, you're getting courted the right way. And that's why they're so effective. And then, like with me, I wanted to share my personal experience. We'll just stick to the marriage scenario. When I was married to a narcissist, this person did do some things right. So it wasn't all doom and gloom. The things that this person did right in the relationship, because they have to do something right to make you want to stay. Like, they can't be 100% bad. So the things he would do right would be, in this case, he was very clean. So he had no problems cleaning the house. Like, on his days off, he would clean the house. He would scrub the house. He was OCD, and I brought that up. He was very OCD, obsessive compulsive. As far as cleanliness goes. Now, that had a dark side too, because he had some very dark moments when it came to sugar being on the counter or things like that, and he would make him go into a rage. But on the flip side, we're going to stick to the things that he did right. He would clean. He also had no problem doing the laundry. He liked to do laundry. So that took a burden off me, because, I'm working 50, 55, 60 hours a week and not having to worry about laundry took a burden off of me. So, the cleaning, the laundry, every now and then he would cook. He only knew how to make like 2 things, but he took an initiative and he would cook. So if I came home from work on a Friday and I was tired from a long week and I've been cooking dinner every single night, he would every now and then pop up and cook some hamburgers or something like that. So those were parts of the highs, the high moments. One of the other things he did well is we split bills. That's how our relationship was set up. It was 50-50. I'm not saying that that's the best way to have a marriage. Everyone has that set up different, but that's just what arrangement we were comfortable with. And he, no matter what he had going on in his personal life, which he had a lot going on, he had gambling debt and credit issues that I wasn't aware of. He kept them well hidden, but he always made sure to pay his half of the bills. So as far as the actual household debt, his half was always taken care of. My half was always taken care of by me, but he did take care of his half. I can't take that from him. No matter what he had going on the side, his whole life could have been crumbling, but he did pay his half. So, so those were the good things that he did to make you feel like it was a real marriage or feel like you had some support. or that you had something to lose if the marriage didn't last or whatever, even though you're literally living in hell, because they have that intermittent positive reinforcement thing going, the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs, the positives, the severe negatives. But the positives are what keeps you in the game and what make you believe that there is good in this person, and makes you believe that this person, maybe they can change. Maybe some counseling will help this situation. Maybe we can get control of these anger outbursts. Maybe we can, get that under control. Maybe we could, that's before I knew about the cheating and whatnot. Like I said, that's not negotiable for me. But if they didn't have those positives, I'm pretty sure almost every narcissist has positives. And that's the whole point of my video. If they didn't have those positives, I go, what is your point of being there? So they have to have something. They have to have something to keep you there, right? So, and then the thing with him is he did like to court. If we went out anywhere, this is kind of a pride thing for him too, but if we went out anywhere, he would get offended if I tried to pay for it. Even though we split the bills at home, and I did all the groceries because that was my lane. I did all the groceries. I am a foodie. I love to cook. So I did the groceries, but he took care of when we went out, which we did a lot. When we went out, he took care of it. So we all had our things that we agreed to pay for when we did XYZ. But if I tried to pay for something when we went out, he would flip out. Like, he would be offended, and he would feel like I am stepping on his manhood by paying for something in public in front of other people. That's what he does. It was crazy. So he had motives behind it, but I knew if we were going out, I knew who was paying for it. I knew, that he very much liked to be masculine in that way. So, and I didn't mind that. Because it kind of clears up any confusion, and you kind of know what you're expected to do in a relationship, and you know what they're expected to do in a relationship. But then again, like I said, it crosses over into pride and arrogance when you do maybe make a mistake, or you're at a club and you pay for your own drink, and then he gets offended by it and then flies off into a rage or spirals out of control. Then that's when the bad comes out. So there was good, but there was always bad that came along with it. And that's what kind of keeps you in a state of like constant confusion and craziness and turmoil. The whole point of my entire video is society has lowered expectations and effort as far as dating is concerned to the gutter. I mean, it's just so ridiculous out here for most of us. Out here, it's become pretty. It's pretty tragic. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's really hard to find someone that's still trying to date like the old school way, and put the effort into dating or pursuing a meaningful relationship. I feel like everyone is maybe traumatized or maybe protecting themselves to a fault. So you have men that are probably, maybe they had a relationship in the past where they were used financially, or maybe they were courting different women and women were just using them for a free dinner or something like that. So then they put their guard up, and now they're like, I'm not taking anyone else out to dinner. Well, if you have that attitude, you're going to have trouble. I'm not going to say never, but you're going to have trouble finding a quality woman. You're going to be stuck dealing with the low-hanging fruit, because the low-hanging fruit is what's going to be accessible to you if you have that mentality. And then on the woman's side, like me, for instance, I have no desire to use a man for his money, because I take care of myself. I'm hyper independent. Actually, that is another trauma response. But I have always taken care of myself and can take care of myself. And I am financially responsible for myself. And I can go take myself out to dinner anytime I want to. I don't need a man to do that. But I need to see effort. So if a man is pursuing me, if a man wants to date me, I need to see effort. That's what it's about to me. I don't need I don't need you to take me to $100 steak dinner. I don't need steak anyway. I'd probably have a mushroom dinner, but because I don't eat meat. But it's like, it's not about the meal. It's about the effort. It's about the effort. And I'm not a piece of low-hanging fruit. So you have to put some kind of effort in for me. You have to make an initiative. Like the lady in the video, you have to say, hey, what are you doing Saturday at XYZ time? And how does this restaurant sound? Would you be interested in going there? Meet me there. It's all about that. It's not about me getting a free meal, because I can go get my own meal. It's just about showing that you are willing to put an effort forth into pursuing me. And then after the dating or the courting period is over, and we decide we want to get into a relationship, then I feel like you're going to reap the benefits of putting forth that effort. Now, if you put in very low effort or no effort, then we're never even going to get to the next point. Like, we're never going to get to step 2, because I'm not going to ever pursue a man. I'm not going to be in a man's DMs. I'm not going to be asking a man out to dinner. I'm not going to treat a man. Not at this point in my life, I'm not looking for another child. Like, I am a traditional person, and I do believe in gender roles and things like that. And I just don't feel like doing it that way. And there's a lot of women out there like me, and it's okay to be like me. So if we could just, on both sides, put our walls down and take this dating thing a little bit more seriously, and not automatically think that it's going to end in tragedy, we could probably get a lot further than we are right now. Like I said, the only caution there is you do have to watch out for the love bombing, because the narcissists, which are probably a good 50% of the population out there, you do need to be able to identify when you're being love bombed versus a natural, organic dating situation where a man is really interested in you and pursuing you and not really going overboard with it. There's such a balance in everything. I hope this video made sense. I always say that because the way I make my videos is I just want to kind of ramble. I know I kind of ramble on, but it's just speaking from my heart. Like we're at dinner, or we're sitting in a coffee shop having coffee together, and I'm just sharing stories with you. I don't really have a script or anything or an outline of what I want to talk about. It's just something that I want to flow organically. So at the end of it, I want to say, I hope it made sense. I hope I got my point across. And I wish everyone the best if you're single and you're out here trying to navigate this crazy dating life. And if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, I really am praying for you, praying for you to navigate these waters in a safe way. And if you are involved with a narcissist, same thing. I'm hoping that you get all the information you need online, on social media, seeking therapy or whatever way you need to do, talking to God to get through it. I'm in your corner, and I'm wishing a successful outcome for all of you. Anyway, so I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Take care.